Today we're talking to a business school that aims to produce the global leaders of the future. It's a big claim from the intriguingly named Thunderbird School of Global Management, part of Arizona State University. To find out how they do it, let's talk to the school's Chief Executive and Director General, Dr. Alan Morrison. I'm Sarah Lockett. Welcome to the Business Debate. Dr. Morrison, Alan, welcome to the London Stock Exchange studios.
Pleasure to be here.
Very quick question first. It's a memorable name. How did you get it?
Thunderbird School of Global Management was named after the Thunderbird Field, which was a training base for Air Force pilots in World War II.
Now, you say you're producing the global leaders of the future. That's a very grand claim. What do you mean?
Well, first off, the world needs more global leaders. But I think as we talk about global leaders, we have to be very careful that we're not teaching them the American model of global leadership or the British model of global leadership. Global leadership is about a mindset, it's about skills, it's about attitude, it's about embracing diversity and an appreciation for multiculturalism.
And you don't actually offer a general MBA, but qualifications in global management. Why is that?
For 70 years, Thunderbird has trained global leaders. Our focus on our Master of Global Management degree recognizes that globalization is an important topic, and it's not something that can just be embedded in a traditional MBA. This is not just about having an international marketing course or international strategy course. This is about creating a different mindset, and a different way of looking at the world and understanding how the world operates.
So it's not just replicating your operations in different countries?
No, it's not. This is about an understanding of how the world operates in different countries. And it's about understanding how you can bring value to those countries and those markets.
And how do you make your qualifications more accessible to the emerging markets? Because they are often excluded, aren't they, on the grounds of costs or other grounds?
The emerging markets are critical for the development of the markets and the development of the world. And there are markets that are often ignored by traditional business schools. Emerging markets are critical to the future of Thunderbird. We care enormously about that. We're launching a very important program for the emerging markets this fall, and it's designed to make this program very accessible to people who do not have the resources or do not have the wherewithal to come to the United States and devote 2 years of their lives to studying.
And you're part of Arizona State University, which is the largest public university in the US. How does it work in terms of calling on their resources, their lecturers?
Arizona State University helps us a lot because they provide systems and frameworks for us, but they also provide us access to over 4,000 faculty professors who have special skills in sustainability or government relations in different parts of the world, or economic theory, design thinking. That ability we have to tap into the knowledge repository in ASU is a huge advantage for us at Thunderbird.
And you also have offices in Moscow, in Geneva, in Dubai. Why is that?
We have multiple offices around the world. They help us because we're a global school with a global footprint, but they're also important because Thunderbird's, one of its kind of key advantages is our executive education. We're doing executive education, working with big companies around the world, and those offices help us to connect with those customers, help us to provide quality experiences for those customers, whether it's in Europe or in Asia or the Middle East or Latin America.
And you've mentioned this a little bit, but how are you adapting to new ways of teaching? Because people less and less want to necessarily do a residential course, do they?
I think that's absolutely true. The millennials in particular have a shorter attention span, and because of the internet have the ability to disaggregate a lot of their learning and pick from the best of the best anywhere around the world. We're increasingly providing online, real-time, experiential learning for our students. We're connecting them with different ways of learning through gaming technologies, as an example. This is all important to provide a variety of pedagogies. We know all students learn differently at different times in their lives and in different ways. We're also using videos in a much more creative way to train and develop our executives, the companies we work with at the executive level.
And you also operate in Afghanistan, which is very unusual for a US business school. Why is that?
We've been working with Afghani women for almost 2 decades now. 18 years, we work with about 20 Afghani women every year to help them develop entrepreneurial skills so that in their home village or their home city, they can stand out, develop their own businesses, and act as a role model and example for their families and for the community. It's been an incredibly exciting opportunity we've had, not only in Afghanistan, but in many of the other emerging markets where we're running these similar kinds of programs.
And you have this phrase, you need to collaborate to graduate. What do you mean by that?
Well, collaboration is important in terms of innovation and creativity, but in order to get that, you need diversity. Thunderbird's student body is incredibly diverse. Over half of our students are international students. We have students from 37 different countries today, from all different language groups. We have chapters around the world, 170 chapters around the world. That creates this kind of miniature United Nations with people speaking different languages and sharing different values and views. And that kind of milieu creates an incredible learning environment for our students.
Well, on that note, Alan, thank you very much.
Thank you. Pleasure.
And join us next time when we'll be discussing the latest innovations in enterprise cyber risk and also digital transformation. Bye-bye for now.